Hello everybody, this is Angie, Bubmie Stitches, coming to you here on FlossTube. It's a channel about cross stitch. I am on Instagram as just Bubmie, B-U-B-M-I-E. I hope everyone's well. Today is June 4th, 2024. It is officially summer. I'm done with school, thank goodness. I'm not doing summer school this year. I'm gonna do lots of things. Travel, read books, stitch, purge my aunt's house and sell her condo, all the fun things. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you some finishes, some old finishes that I acquired from my mother-in-law's house. So this is probably one of the very first, no, it's not one of the very first pieces, but one of the very first big framed pieces that I did for my mother-in-law. She always said, "Bless your heart." She would say it all the time, and not in a southern, apparently it has more than one meaning. Hers was like sincere, bless your heart. These three different style hearts were they were meant, the pattern, maybe for the love of cross stitch. I think I made this probably back in the early 90s, if not probably the 90s, because I think I had kids. Or I'd started to have kids. So early 90s, maybe. I can't remember. And I didn't, of course, write it down on the back. But these were patterns for tea towels. And I just liked them. And so I just put them together in this array. This was always hanging in her kitchen. And then the next one that I did for her was this one that hung in her dining room, this cardinal, and I still have the pattern. Sorry for the glare. I still have the pattern. Obviously this isn't museum glass. I don't know that museum glass was like an offering back when I first started to frame things, but I do still have this pattern, so I will link it below. This was my first time. I know for sure this was the first time I worked on black, and I swore it would be the last time I worked on black. There's a whole host of color changes in that cardinal as well. Sorry, the glare. But I will post that pattern below. And then the biggest one, before Let Freedom Ring, the biggest one was King Henry. She loved King Henry. She loved him. She thought he was fascinating. She loved reading historical fiction about him and all of his wives. She loved this piece. And this was a kit. Yes, this was a kit. And I worked on this for such a long time. And this traveled with me all over the place. I gifted it to her for her 80th birthday. She rearranged her whole living room ensemble for this to hang in there. And it was then the centerpiece when she moved to assisted living. But I love it too. I've got to figure out where I'm going to hang it. I'm not sure yet. Because I also still have to hang Let Freedom Ring. So, one of the many things that is going to get done this summer. Okay. Let's see. I've done a lot of shopping, and I've got to get this stuff shown to you so I can put it all away. And there's probably things that I have that I've put away because they were in a pile. So let's start with Market. I can't believe I haven't shown you Market. I can't believe I haven't been on here. But I haven't. Let's see. What's first? Obviously, this is because of my mother-in-law. Cardinal's Promise. I found, after I found this, I have like 3 other patterns with a cardinal thing on it. She loved cardinals. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I do love this. And I had the keepsakes, get me Linen Atomic Ranch 32 count. It's folded. This isn't the whole piece, but. And I do believe all the threads to go with it. And of course the 2024 Santa. And Works by ABC. I love her patterns. Arlene is the sweetest lady. And in my Quest to do all the animal crackers. Here's Bobbin. You've seen Bobbin plenty of times. I do have a Bobbin he could sit on too. And Maggie May. You guys have seen all of these. Miss Hazel. And then I really went on a Silver Creek sampler quest. This one, because of being a teacher, the hand in hand, I think I might get this done so it could hang in my at school. Especially love that young man in the wheelchair, because lots of my students are. The Rainbow Crossing. And I was an 80s girl, and like, I don't know how many times I walk into a room and I have no idea. So that was my haul from there. And then my haul, I just went this past weekend to Terre Haute, Indiana, to the Cranberry Bog Cottage. They had this adorable teeny tiny house that they were in. It was so cute. But things went well and she needed a bigger space, so now she's moved and has a lovely, lovely new shop. It was a kitchen remodeling store that, I don't know if they went out of business and they moved, and she bought it, and it's gorgeous. She's so good. When I was sitting in the car, because we were a little bit early, I see this man walking in with baskets, and I'm like, Dave, the lady from Illinois is here. Anne from Illinois is here. The name of her shop is 1803 Ohio Farm Baskets. Check her out on Instagram and online. And she walked in. Her husband's carrying all these baskets in. And my husband's like, that's not her. Those aren't her baskets. She signs them. Yep, her name's on the bottom. That's not her. Those are just cheap imitations. Don't be looking at those baskets. And I'm like, oh, that's her. And I got to chat with her. She's lovely. Anne is lovely, and her husband's very lovely too. They live 30 minutes from me, maybe. It's the first time we met in person. We've chatted on social media before. And I picked up this basket. My husband's sitting in the car by the window, and I get a text, put that basket down. But I didn't. It worked. And also, oops, that's not the one. And also designed, which was something new I learned, and she designed an exclusive for them. It's a celebration bag. And it came all kitted up. I got, sorry for the crinkles. Not sorry for the crinkles. I want to look at the pattern. I haven't even looked at the pattern yet. Came with the classic colorworks. It came with the fabric. You can buy this. I think you could call them Cranberry Bog Cottage. 36 count chai seraphim fabrics. I believe that's what I got. Here's the pattern. She had the original in the store. It's framed, the original. I was looking to see if she wrote something up about it. Sorry, I should have looked ahead of time. But she had the antique celebration bag in the store in a frame. So the name of her Instagram is crossing_centuries, and she has a website, crossing-centuries.com. That's the name of her design shop. She's on Instagram. So I bought that. And then from the shop, I also bought Buy with Thy Needle and Thread button collector. I bought some fabric. I'm not sure whose fabric. This has the color, the count. This is super soft Aida. I love the Aida when it's like butter, like it's super soft. Color and Cotton is good about that. Stitching Between the Lines, Pam talked about this beautiful pattern, Winter Cheer, so I went on their limited edition Twin Peaks site and got this. They released it. Pam has hers finished, and it is gorgeous. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. So, and then I bought some floss and some ballpoint needles. So it was very exciting. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and got, the managers helped me find, like, I showed them the picture from Priscilla and Chelsea. I'm like, I need to find this. And they found it for me. So, bought a couple. So that was been my shopping. I have been stitching like crazy. I have gotten to do a good amount of car stitching. And I know a couple of people said that they are a little envious of my car stitching. I don't know why I'm so lucky, but I am, and I could car stitch. Since June is my birth month, I had told myself I was going to do Brenda Gervais wordplay. So I started this. I got a very humble start on 16 count WWDFY. Weeks Dye Works Cashmere Ada? I'm not sure. I apologize if my needle's still in it. This is what I got done in the car. I really like this linen. Needle. And then I went and got a pedicure finally. And I like to stitch while I get a pedicure on something very simple. So, homespun collection. Let it snow. And you know, I will stitch on snowmen in winter. And then as soon as I feel that winter should be done, I will not stitch on anything cold. I only stitch on things warm related because I want the cold to go away. So now that it's warm out, I could do it again. So here's where I got. I finished while I was sitting in the chair. I ran out of thread. So I think I finished N, did O, and did W, and then started on the white. And then I have almost all of, who's this guy? Jack by Stacy Nash. I have almost all of Jack done. I just didn't do his whiskers because I was waiting until I'm going to finish them because I didn't want anything to happen to his whiskers. And the name of this cloth that I'm using is Vintage Cloth by Lori Holt. It is a 10 count even weave. Obviously, this is in the darker color. You could get in this light color and in this darker color, and that's what I've been doing it on. I did see, I'm doing this big on purpose because I want grandkids to get to play with them. And I think they would be cute. When I was at Cranberry Bog Cottage, I saw, I think it's Henrietta, I think she's a chicken, done, I think it was like on a 36 or a 40 count. It was teeny, I mean it was so petite and so delicate and cute. So I imagine I'll go back and redo those on a smaller count for me. Or the kids, they could play. Look at this cute bag I found at a local shop. I think it was meant to be a cosmetic bag. I started 2023's Santa while I was driving. And I got a lot done. We were just going up to Chicago. I don't remember if I did some on the way back, but I got a good chunk done. My needle was finally on fire. I feel like I'm always such a slow stitcher, but I was plugging along. And then I'm in a group. I don't remember the name of the group because I'm kind of an add-on. A friend brings me, my good friend Jen brings me. There's a group of local stitchers who get together once a month, once a quarter, I don't know. But they put in money in a pot, and they put in $5 for every project they say they're going to complete. And it has to have already been started, so it has to be a whip, and it can't like have 5 stitches left. So you put in 5 saying you're going to finish it, or if it was like a BAP, a big ass project, if it was a BAP, and you might say, well, I'm going to finish 3 pages, it has to be a considerable amount. So I said that I was going to finish, and I put my $5 in. Only $5. But I said I was going to finish this. I started this a long time ago with Becky the Obsessed Stitcher and Pam stitching between the lines. I don't know where Becky is on hers. But Pam finished hers a while ago. But yesterday I put a huge, excuse me, I didn't turn off my phone. A huge chunk of time on this, a huge like hours, and I can't believe how far I got yesterday. So this was done right here. The green was done on the seat, but these half stitches, and then it came over and this brown was done, so I did all this blue. This beige was done right here. This was done right here to there was done. I did all the rest. I did so much. I was enjoying it so much. I was worried when I started because I'm like, the pattern is complex. It's beautiful. It's a good pattern. There's only once I found that similar icons, similar color-coded icons were next to each other. That was like, oh, I can't see well on this. I could show you what and then I'll show you July's. This is how many colors are in this. And there are half stitches and quarter stitches and back stitches in different colors. But check that baby out. And so there are a couple that are kind of close and similar that were next to each other. If they weren't next to each other, it would have been awesome. But I really, really enjoyed stitching on this yesterday. And in the past, it was more of a labor of love. But yesterday, I was really happy with it. And I just might have it done. Very excited. Very excited. Now, I did have one more finish. Hang on, I forgot to bring it close to me. I had showed you, oh my gosh, it better be in here. It's missing. Wonder where I put it. Well, I finished Jacob de Graaf. Oh, I know where it's at. Pause 1 minute. I bet you I put it in a bag because I took it to find a frame. Yep, here it is. Sorry about that. Here it is. I got it done. Ooh, needs to be ironed. Here it is. I do love this very much. Now, I'm taking this to StitchCon. It's supposed to be sitting on the brag table, all finished in all of its glory. But I'm doing it with friends. A bunch of us were doing it. And I was like, this is the glass. This is what it's going to go in. I was like, but we should have all started it when we were together. And we didn't. We started on a Zoom call together. I want all their initials on it. So I'm going to take my thread. I will put it in the correct project bag. I'm going to take all the thread and have each of them stitch their initials in it, all of us who did it, so that I have that, and then I'll frame it. I have a couple of other things that I finished because I've decided my things need to get finished. I just threw these mittens on here. Just a little. And then, I don't know if I've shown you guys these. This is a Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread. Same person, I believe. I believe this is Heart and Hand. Maybe. I apologize. I'll link it below. I'll put it below. I believe his name, I think his name is Wrigley. I do know this is Priscilla and Chelsea. And this is Daisy. And I think I left some things off of the pattern. But since my doggie's Daisy. And then I have The Real Deal. This is for my mother-in-law. Oops. Avalanche. And then here is one of her Afghans. Here's an Afghan I brought because I'm going to keep showing her Afghans because they were gorgeous and they were lovely and they make me happy. She loved to do granny squares. I have been very good, I've been good about writing down in my journal. I was, my calendar. Well, I haven't been very good. I got my stickers. So April, or is April, go backwards. April was okay, but it got busy with moving my aunt to assisted living and then moving my aunt to long-term care. May was crazy. June's not, I just haven't written for today in. So, but for new starts so far, it says I'm on 9. I think I'm on 10. Oh, I'm on 10 new starts so far. Whips, I'm on 11. Fully finishes, I'm on 8. Plug it along. I hope that you're well. I'm going off to StitchCon B. We leave on June 12th. I hope to see you there. If you are stressing about what you're taking, don't stress. Take whatever you want. Take whatever projects you want. I talked to one friend in California, and right now she said 1. I laughed. She laughed too. She goes, yeah, it'd probably be more than 1. Bring 1, bring 30. Sometimes I bring a whole bunch because I can't decide, and maybe like every time I sit down at the table, I do something new. Bring a new start. Buy a new start. There'll be plenty to buy. Don't worry. My crazy hair. There will be plenty to buy there. Plenty to buy. So bring your money. What else? Do not stress about table gifts. Do not stress about it. If you want to bring table gifts, bring table gifts. If you don't want to bring table gifts, your presence is the present. And so it will be perfectly fine. If you're like, no, I have to bring something, bring a DMC thread. Bring a box of chocolates to share at the table. You don't have to bring any gifts. Nobody will snub their nose at you. And if they do, come and tell me they did, and I'll kick them under the table or something. Bring layers. Some people get cold in there. I want to say that I always wear jeans because I get cold in there. There are restaurants within walking distance. You can go take a walk. It's safe. There's a safe neighborhood, and there's a walking track. There's the high school's right there down the road, and my husband and I have walked on the track. If you're thinking like maybe I'd like to go next year, put yourself on the waiting list. I hope you're all well. I hope you're stitching. I'm planning on doing lots of stitching this summer. Lots of car stitching too. Quick, down and dirty, I said I was going to get 10 in this year. This makes 2. I've got 8 more to go. So you'll probably see me again. I hope you're well. I hope you will have made it this far. Great. Thanks for making it this far. Will you leave me a comment if you made it this far? Maybe hit that like button. I hope some year I'll make it to 1,000 subscribers. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm giving you the Midwest goodbye, so I'll just say goodbye now. Happy stitching.